in your life.
Hey, welcome to Fireplace Friday. It's Jeremy again. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty tired this week. I'm glad it's Friday. We are coming back in tomorrow because we're going to be setting up our new division of our business, the Fluesbrothers Sheet Metal Shop. We order a lot of chase covers, we order a lot of chimney caps, things like that. So we actually bought the equipment because a lot of suppliers and things, we were having to get them from suppliers on the East Coast, and they were coming in by freight, and the freight lines were damaging them, or it just take too long. And then our local people sometimes can't keep up. So we want to be able to turn stuff out same day sometimes. So let's take a look at that. We got all of this fun equipment out here. So, as you can see, we've got a 10-foot brake and a huge box out there. We have a bead roller. We've got a shear in one of those and another roller, and I think we've got a smaller brake there too. So that's what we get to do. Tomorrow, me and one of our guys, Liam, is going to come in and we're going to put that together. So try not to work Saturdays. We try to have family time or whatever, but this time of year gets really, really busy, really, really backed up. Let's talk about that real quick. So we're, a week and a half away from Thanksgiving. So you can hear the phone ringing in the background. It's just constant, never going. I'm sure we get a lot of people who, wait to the last minute. Unfortunately, this industry, we've got a few months out of the year that it just doesn't matter. You can do everything you can, and you're going to get booked up. And if someone cancels or someone has to reschedule at the last minute or what have you, then that gives people an opportunity. So if you are looking to get something done, right around the holidays, just like everything else, everybody gets really busy, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. So if you make yourself very available, sometimes we're able to fill someone in. The nice thing is we've had some cold weather. We've had early snow this year. But the nice thing is this next week's supposed to be beautiful. So I don't expect the phone to ring a lot, because usually when it's really nice outside, people want to get outside. They're not thinking about their fireplace. But we're definitely going to be working our tails off, because we like to take advantage of that nice sunny weather this time of year to try to get some stuff done that we might not be able to get done in January or February. But I imagine December's going to be extremely busy. I think Christmas falls middle of the week this year, I believe. When we look at it, it's on a Wednesday, which just kills the day before, and Monday, it's the day before that is very busy too. So, at any rate, we do have good customers. We're booking a lot of repairs into March and April right now, which is fantastic, because those are naturally some slower months. And so we, God bless you customers that, allow us to do those repairs that time of year, because it does slow down a bit. And I think next summer is going to be very busy, with the winter being this cold and getting some early winter and some early snow in and everything. So it'll be good. So, all right. So we talked about that enough. Let's talk about something technical. So the girls asked me to do a little excerpt on pilots. So this is your average gas fireplace right here. We have a gas fireplace down there as well, and it's always an interesting topic. Should we shut our pilot off during the spring and summer, or should we not? I'm going to give you benefits and pros and cons of both. If you are not a very technically savvy person, like you can't even light your pilot on your water heater, you should probably just leave your pilot going all summer long. It costs about $7 to $10 a month usually. If you don't believe me, Google it. I'm sure somebody has figured it out. But on a real quick research, I saw that it's about $7 to $10 a month. So that can be significant. Now, keep in mind, most people would do the math and go, well, let's say it's $10 a month. That's $120 a year. Well, that's not true. It's actually only going to save you less than that, because usually people are turning their fireplaces on in October, right? So October, November, December, you've got to have that pilot going anyways. So it's actually less money. So is that worth it to possibly have a problem or have to call a service company to come out and light your pilot? Now you do need your fireplace checked yearly, so it's not a bad idea to just go ahead and have it lit and leave it on after that. Now, so why do we what happens when we turn it off? If we turn the pilot off because we're paranoid or we're trying to save money or whatever, I'm here to tell you, they do have safety mechanisms set up that if your pilot goes out, your house will not fill up with gas and explode. If it did do that, there's something even bigger wrong with your fireplace. So there are safety mechanisms in place that valve will shut off if it loses the pilot. Now, everybody should know how to light their pilot because pilots do blow out. And again, to expect a service company to come back out for nothing and take that time to relight your pilot every time it blows out is somewhat irresponsible as a homeowner. Especially if you just expect that, and you're going to get angry if somebody isn't going to give you their time for free. So you need to either buy a service plan that has that included, or you need to figure out how to do this and have your technician show you how to do it so you can do it. There's a couple things on gas fireplaces you should definitely know how to do. 3 things. One is logs. Whoops. I was trying to make a log fall over. I don't know if I did, but let's say we slam a door to our house and our log falls over, like this one right here. We shouldn't have to call a service company to come out and do that. The glass is a little dirty. See, we got a little dirty on the inside there. We shouldn't have to call the service company to come do it. Now, that's stuff the service company will do when they come out on our annual basis, but we shouldn't have to call them every single time and expect them to come and do that. So this one, we're going to take the glass down, and see, the glass comes right down and comes off. We can clean the glass, and then the logs just come right off, and we know, okay, this log needs to be set there. We have pictures or what have you, or we have the owner's manual, so we're going to reset the log. Now, back in the back is the pilot, and so like I said, we're going to, and I've shown you in previous videos, how to light the pilot or what have you, but we're going to talk about it. So what's the benefits of shutting the pilot off? Well, one is if you're a paranoid person about, gas and things, it's peace of mind. So that's obviously a big thing. The other one is it saves you a little bit of money. Like I said, it's not going to save you a ton, but it'll save you a little bit. It'll save you less than a service call, but it'll save you part of that service call. The downsides of turning your pilot off is there's a smell that they put into the gas called mercaptan, and spiders love that smell. So what happens is we get a lot of people that say, hey, my fireplace worked fine, I shut the pilot off for the year, now I can't get it to relight. Well, one, there's usually air in the line, so it takes a little while because we're literally trying to get all that gas through this itty-bitty little orifice and then relight. So we want to take the glass off. We want to listen when we're using that valve to hear if we hear and smell gas, and then light it. We don't want to leave the glass on when we're doing it, because we could get a little explosion or what have you when we go to light it, and we built up too much gas or what have you. Now, when I say explosion, we're not talking it's going to explode the whole house. I'm just talking it's probably going to make us jump a little. Oh my gosh, So, but at any rate, that mercaptan in there, spiders can get in there and build nests, and then it's going to block the gas flow, and then you're going to have it serviced and probably taken apart and blown out to get all the little spider webs and everything out of. So if you leave that pilot on during the spring and summer, and even when you're not using it, that usually keeps the little spiders and bugs out. So that's a huge benefit. The other, let me think here. The other downside, there is a downside of leaving the pilot on, and the one downside is, going back to the glass cleaning, you leave the pilot on, it will deposit sulfur deposits onto the glass, and if you don't clean the glass, it's that white stuff that builds up, and if you don't clean the glass, it can etch into the glass. A lot of people don't realize glass is actually a liquid, and so it has pores and it draws that stuff in, and then once it etches, you aren't going to get it clean all over the glass. You do want to clean the glass or what have you. Leaving the pilot on, there might be a little bit of heat too, so a benefit of shutting it off is you're not throwing heat out into the room. It's not a ton of heat, but there is a little bit of heat, and that makes your air conditioner work a little harder. So there's some yin and yangs. Like I said, if you're not the type of person that can do little things like relight their water heater, just normal homeowner stuff, then that's okay if you want to shut it off during the summer, but don't ever expect that you don't need to have it serviced yearly, and don't ever expect that if you can't do basic stuff like that, that you're not going to get charged an extra service call if you have problems throughout the year. You shouldn't ever 3-4 months later expect somebody just to come out for free or drop in or stop by. It costs companies a lot of money. Now our company offers something, we offer a 60-day warranty on basic stuff with direct vents, which we're the only company I know of that offers that. Now we're not guaranteeing it's going to work or whatever. We offer a 60-day. If there's a problem, we'll take a look at it. We might even have to come back at no charge. But usually, if there's a problem after we do the service, usually we've already given you a quote on like a new pilot hood assembly or something, because the unit is old and it's going bad, and so we don't end up having to do a return trip without that part. But occasionally it happens. Like we had a customer that just called today. We were just out a week ago. The unit's still working, but it's being a little fickle with the wall switch. Sometimes it's coming on, sometimes not. It didn't do that when we were out there, so we didn't address the wall switch, but now it is. So we'll go back out, see what's going on, and if we need to, if we need to replace a part or something at that time, we'll give them a quote. But it's probably something minor, and maybe just a little wall switch, which wall switches are pretty cheap, no big deal. But units don't just break on their own, and don't work, and usually don't work some of the time, and then the minute we leave, stop working. Usually there's something going on. So. And
Jeremy, if somebody wanted to find out how to relight their pilot themselves, if they wanted to try it, do we have a video on that on our website? I believe we do.
Yeah, we have videos on our website, and actually we've got videos that have a lot of views on YouTube, and those are the same ones on the website. So. And that's usually what we do. First step is we'll send someone that so they can try to relight on their own. Also, the manufacturers of the Fireplace will have videos a lot of times too, because it's just basic stuff. But again, just like everything in life, if you're not that type of person that wants to mess with that, then you're probably going to have to budget a little extra money just in case something happens. Because like I said, 6 or 8, 6 months, 4 months, 5 months later, if something goes out, the wind blows out the pilot or whatever, it's just not proper to expect someone that came out 5-6 months ago to swing by or come out for nothing, because it costs the company money, and that's what service companies do, is they come out and solve problems. So so you're probably going to have to budget a little extra if you're not the type that is mechanically inclined enough. But it is basic stuff when you own a house, that you shouldn't just expect others on really basic stuff to be able to do it. You should be able to do some of these basics. So when the guy's out there servicing your fireplace, you want to make sure you're asking a few questions. And if you're the type like me who's very visual, we could even make a video for you and put it on your file so it's always there. So if that does happen, you're good. So, all right. So hopefully that answers some questions. Hopefully that kind of gives people some clarification on the notorious pilot lighting. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to give us a call at the office. We are booking out after Christmas right now, so if you need something before then and you call, we can put you on our bump up list. People do get bumped up, just you got to make sure you're available or what have you. But I'm sure you can live and get it done right afterwards too, because you're actually helping chimney sweeps out quite a bit by doing something in January or February, because those months usually tend to slow down a little bit. Anyways, I think that's it. I think we've gabbed on enough. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather next week if you're in Kansas or Missouri, because it's supposed to be warmer. And we'll see you next week for Fireplace Friday.